Yo, yo, yo. We back. This your boy Darius. I'm your host. This is the formerly known as the Up for Debate podcast, but now known as Black&Mild podcast. Like I said, I'm your host Darius, aka D-Mac, aka Finesse, aka Big Pharma, aka Playlist P, aka The Dirtiest, aka.
Oh God. Different podcast, but you're still in the bag. It's still bag talk. This is playlist P gets married to.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, this Terrence, aka Conscious.
Yeah. And we back, and we got a special guest with us today. He's back again.
Yes, sir.
Dave, aka the fake love doctor, aka Davey Wavy. How you want to introduce yourself, Dave? What's your name?
It's the real love doctor, first of all. You know what I'm saying? I fuss with David Wavy. Just regular David, man. That's it.
All right, one question for Dave.
David Lee wins. Yeah, that's your name. David Lee wins.
So that's your handle on Instagram at
David
the
Lee
real
wins.
love doctor.
Oh, no.
Head ass.
No.
All right.
Yeah. So we're back for another episode. My co-host Terrence is kind of high today, so we gonna try.
Hey, why you had to do me like that? You should just let them figure that out. Like, what's going on with Buddy? We Black and Mild now, so maybe they changed the vibe. Maybe the vibe different. Nah, man.
We gonna see how this go, cause usually we both pretty sober, but we be drinking or whatever. But we gonna see how high Terrence is on this podcast.
Hey, man, we in here. I mean, it's a different. I'm trying to adapt to the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good though. But yeah, we gonna jump right into it. So the first thing we gonna talk about is we haven't talked about it at all in this podcast. Antonio Brown, bro. And he wearing a Raiders hat right now too. But yeah, bro. So
crawling back.
we started off with the Steelers, got traded to the Raiders. They started complaining about his helmet, and then they was like, "All right, you got a new helmet or whatever. Hopefully this works." He was like, "All right, this is the helmet that I want." Then things with his feet, he got into the hypo whatever chamber or whatever, and his feet got frostbite or whatever. He couldn't practice. He ain't played the whole preseason. And then when he was ready to play, he started complaining because when he was ready, the Raiders docked him like whatever pay because he was missing out on practices and whatever and appearances and stuff. So he got mad about that. And so he cussed out the general manager, called him a cracker. And the general manager, they ended up cutting him or whatever. Patriots picked him up. So now he's with the Patriots. And that worked out for like a couple weeks. They didn't know about his rape allegations. The rape allegations came out.
He got a touchdown.
He did get a touchdown with the Raiders. And then they cut him just a couple days ago. So now he's a free agent again. But I think what happened was the Raiders kind of put that out on him. They was like, "All right, you ain't gonna rock with us. We gonna put this out put this out in the news or whatever, and let people know that like, all right, you got these things happening." And they might have talked to the girl and like encouraged her to say that he raped her or whatever. Blah blah blah. And I don't want to say that he didn't, because I don't know. I wasn't there. But I think that the Raiders had something to do with him, like, with that whole situation. And then there was another person that came out, too, and was like, "Oh, yeah, he did. He sexually assaulted me, too, as well." So I think the Raiders had a lot to do with that. And it happens because with Odell Beckham, when it was his contract year, that whole thing came out about him, like, with the coke situation. But he wasn't smoking coke, or he wasn't snorting coke. But it was a girl in the hotel room who was, and the picture came out or whatever. But it was a contract year for him. So they could leverage that and was like, "Yo, we got this picture of you doing this. Like, we can't offer you that much money because you wild out here." So I think the Raiders, since they couldn't keep him, they was like, "Look, you got all these allegations against you. The Patriots signed you." And the Patriots went with the bait, and they was like, "All right, yeah, no, we can't hold you." But at the same time, I think Antonio Brown was stupid too, because he's like texting the girl at the same time and putting her in the group message saying like, "Oh, she's broke" and stuff like this. And
What was the
What he
word
say? He
used,
said
though,
she's
son?
awfully broke
Yeah,
or something like
son.
that.
I was waiting for you
Like
to say
he
it.
had a text message, like
Awfully
a
broke.
group message with 5 people in there, telling his team to like investigate her or whatever, and saying like, oh, she's awfully broke, blah 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 blah. Like find out she's just trying to extort me, blah blah blah. But he was wrong for doing that, and you know, in the Patriots organization, like you can't be doing no wild stuff, bro.
I told you that man wasn't going to last with the Patriots, man.
You
I
did.
gave him to December, but he didn't make it.
It was way
Even
before
though-
that. Yeah, but I thought he was gonna finish out the season with the Patriots.
Son, it's too much. It's because that shit like slavery, bro. Like I feel like every NFL player that's like a big name, son, they can be blackmailed at any moment, and that's what makes it tough for them. Like shit, like they can't really. That's how they all had to stay in line, quote unquote, and shit. AB, he just put himself in that because he was cool at first, and then he just put himself into that boat of, okay, you want to act like that? Everything we got on you, we about to let this shit, we about to let it fly. And
You think the Patriots? You think the Raiders knew about it before they cut him?
Yeah.
But the
Because
Patriots
it's-
had no idea about it though.
But that they told you that they had no idea
But why would they sign him?
because they trying to win at the end of the day.
But you see, they cut him though.
They got to win.
But they could have won without him,
What
bro.
was
They
that
beat the
their-
Dolphins.
What was that their third game of the season? But the Dolphins,
They're trash.
they normally beat the Patriots. That's usually one of
Bro,
their wins.
the Dolphins
season.
are trash this year. You see what they
They
lost?
trash every year.
Not every year, but this year specifically, they're trying to tank. You see what the Ravens did to him, so you know that the Patriots are going to crush them too. Like they're not trying to beat anybody. They picked AB up because they didn't think there was anything going on. I don't think they knew about these allegations before they picked
also
him up.
picked them up because they want to win.
They want to win, but I think they didn't know about these allegations when they picked them up. If they did, they wouldn't have picked them up.
I think they will have, bro. Because at the end of the day, it's still a business, bro. And they all
How many
business is shady, bro. Like that shit.
How many people did the Patriots pick up that are like in the news like that? You said Randy Moss?
Josh Gordon,
How was Randy Moss in the news?
Josh Gordon, right?
Yeah, how was he in the news?
Randy Moss as a player was always in the news. He always did something.
He wasn't doing nothing
It was
wild
nothing
though.
Bad though.
Like he wasn't raping nobody. There was no allegations out on him like that, or Chad Johnson.
I feel like Adrian, what's his name? Antonio Brown. I feel like he put that on himself basically from his actions and stuff like that. Like Randy Moss never disrespected like his team or nothing like that. He went live like disrespected the whole team, like played it as a joke Raiders. And I could believe that they did that just to get back. Like, oh, you think you won, but we got something for you. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I think too. I think the Raiders was salty about him leaving, or like he asked them to cut him or whatever, and they tried. Like they tried to keep him on the team, like no matter what. He was doing some wild stuff, and they was like, "All right, we'll work with you."
I mean, I agree with that, bro.
We seen Hard Knocks. Knock on wood, if you with me.
I'm
You know.
with you. But it's that plus the fact. I'm just saying what you were saying from did the Patriots know? I think they knew the media can break a story, but everybody who's really in those organizations knows shit well before the media. It's if they're going to. Some people are protected as shit right now. Some NFL players, like, they doing what they supposed to do, so they got some dirt, but ain't nobody ever gonna do shit because they stand in line. And I feel like all the teams know the dirt on all these players. But when you start bringing that media attention, once you fuck up and we putting this shit out on you, once you start bringing that media attention, then that's when we can't fuck with you. And I feel like that's what happened to AB. It's like these motherfuckers
disagree.
already knew about these allegations.
I disagree, because why would the Patriots pick him up if they knew about these allegations, bro? They try to stay away from the news. They don't want to be in the media.
But they always in the media.
The Patriots?
Bruh. Who was the last receiver that they picked up that all the teams was done with him? Like, wasn't nobody really fucking with him because he kept fucking up.
It wasn't all the teams were done with him. Josh Gordon got cut by the Browns, and the Patriots picked him up.
But he had shit around his name in the media, though.
Yeah,
they
but it
took that
wasn't.
on.
It wasn't nothing wild though.
But it
So I feel like, all right, so anytime it's anything with abuse or anything like that, they out the league. Like off break, no team want to deal with that attention. Like what's the dude, the running back?
Kareem Hunt or what's his name? Rice.
Yeah, right. I forgot his name, but all break soon you get that you not playing in the NFL no more because no team wants to deal with that at all.
But with Rice, at first they didn't cut him. When the video came out is when they cut him.
Yeah, but still they don't want to deal with that.
and that's what Bob you saying when the video came out. That's what I've been trying to say. They been knew about the video before the video came out. Everybody in those organizations, they already knew. It's when we give it to the media. I mean, it may not be everybody. 80%, a passing number of people know about this shit before it actually hits the media. It's news to us, but they in that shit like right now. If we did something, we would know what we're doing right now. But then if we decided to display it to the world type shit, they getting it after we've done it already. We each know what happened in that moment in time or what, you know what I'm saying? I could be like, you could say some shit. He's like, bruh, so I don't want nobody to hear that. And I could be like, shit, I mean, I put this shit out though, if blah, 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 this, that, and the third. As soon as you don't do what I, you know what I'm saying, what I say, or you're going against us, because they all billionaires, they all owners. Once you're going against us and trying to fuck up my money, oh, I got this shit on you that, you know what I'm saying, you don't want nobody to hear about. Now I'm going to put this shit out.
So that's what I'm saying about the Raiders did, but I don't think the Patriots did, bro.
But the Patriots knew.
Because the Patriots are not going to sign anybody who they know has some wild stuff out on them. Like,
Not that wild.
it's just not going to happen, bro. Like, the Patriots go under the radar. They not the type. No team is going to sign somebody who they know got some wild allegations against them.
Yeah, no.
Like, it's just not going to happen in the NFL, especially at this time. Like, nobody's going to sign somebody who's like, oh, this is coming up against them. Like, nah. If we don't know about it, we're going to sign you because we don't know about it. But if they know this is something that could possibly come out, I'm not going to sign you because the Patriots didn't need Antonio Brown. It's not like it's not like, oh, let me just give you an extra $20 million or something like that, and they're going to make the Super Bowl regardless. So it's not like they needed him. They signed him because it's going to help their team. But if they didn't sign him, they would still be fine. Like they like you said, they beat Miami Dolphins. Like they were going to beat them without Antonio Brown. It didn't really matter.
You don't know that though.
Yes, I do. I watch football a lot, bro. The Dolphins are tanking. They're tanking for Tua, whatever his last name is, from Alabama. They're tanking for him. They traded their best left tackle. They traded their best receiver. Like they got about 5 first-round picks next year. They're tanking, literally. They're not trying to win games.
They could win a game though.
They could, but they definitely could win a game, but they're not going to win enough to not get the first pick. The Dolphins, I guarantee you, will have the first pick in the draft next year.
I'm not saying that they not, bro. I don't even remember how, like, this just happened. But motherfucking,
because you were saying that.
Where did the Dolphins come in at?
You said they beat the Dolphins with Antonio Brown. I was like, they would have beat them either way. And he was like, oh, you don't know that. Like, they would have beat. Don't matter who the receivers were. They was going to beat the Dolphins, bro. The Dolphins not about to beat nobody this year. They're intentionally trying to lose.
Anything can happen any given Sunday.
All right, we'll revisit this conversation in 4 weeks when they play the Redskins. If they lose to the Redskins, then you got a valid point. If they beat the Redskins, you got a valid point. My bad.
But then you could say, because teams have gone 0-16. That has happened. But teams have also gone 1-15. So that's all I'm saying. Like that.
1 game or 0 games, either way, they're getting the first pick. That's all they want is the first pick of the draft.
That's why I was saying, how did that come up? Because I was never talking about. I
told you they're tanking.
Right, to get the first pick.
Yes, so that they're not going to lose to the Patriots. I mean, they're not going to beat the Patriots.
You can tank, still win one game.
But that's not the Patriots.
it's
Not the
still
game that you're
tanking.
gonna win though.
But you don't know that.
I'm telling you,
So Dolphins never beat the Patriots. Never.
they have before when they wasn't tanking.
I was just asking, have the Dolphins ever beat the
Yes,
Patriots?
when they weren't tanking. Yes,
So they have beat the Patriots.
when they were not tanking. Yes, when they weren't
So
intentionally.
who's to say that they can't? It could just.
They don't
fuck up
have
and
the
go their
they don't
day?
have the talent because
So
they
what-
traded their best players away.
What if they're tanking and then they, like they're tanking, but then that day they just get lucky within them, like all the bullshit that could happen to the Patriots, it happens and they end up winning. That can happen in football, bro. That's all I'm saying.
But do you think whether they had Antonio Brown or not, all the BS, like regardless, do you think they would have beat the Patriots if they didn't have Antonio Brown?
I don't know because
How many catches did Antonio Brown have? 4. How many touchdowns did he have? 1. You take that away, then they would have one less touchdown. But the Patriots, the Dolphins still wouldn't have scored a touchdown. They blew them out. Like it didn't. Let's say they scored 1 touchdown. They still wouldn't have been enough to beat them. Like they got crushed. And they got crushed a week before that too. Like they're not trying to win any games this year.
But that don't mean that they won't win. Is all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they not trying to. Win
Well,
games. I'm just
that's
saying
not the
that don't
point.
mean
The point that we're making is they weren't going to beat the Patriots with or without Antonio Brown.
But I feel like they could have beat the Patriots with or without Antonio Brown, bro. That's all I'm saying to you, bro. Like we're never going
What do
to
you
come
think,
to
Dave?
I think it's gonna be either way.
What?
I said I think they're gonna beat them either way.
With or without Antonio Brown, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I agree.
I mean, to each his own, man. I just feel like even if whether he was like they could have won, they lost. It already happened, but they could have won that game.
It would have been a closer game. I feel like.
They could have won.
How? You think a receiver makes that big of a difference?
Yes.
They threw about 4 interceptions.
It doesn't matter. People's presence on the field changes. I mean, nah. I mean, you laugh, bro.
You think Antonio Brown's presence on the field would stop the quarterback
Like,
from
how-
throwing 4 interceptions in one game?
Yes.
No, it wouldn't. He's
All
still
right,
gonna throw the interceptions, bro. It don't matter if Antonio Brown on the sideline or not.
That's who the
got
whole
him as a
defensive
threat.
On
coach.
offense,
Listen to this. The whole defensive coach that whole week is keying in, telling his defense, make sure Antonio Brown locked down. That's the person they talking about, right? Just listen to me. That's the person they talking about. The offense is doing what they do. They just trying to score on that defense or whatever. The game starts. The offense, the other team's offense, the Patriots offense is on first or whatever. And Antonio Brown, he may not have even caught a pass, but
Yeah, 'cause he
the
only played
coaches,
21
because
snaps
the
total.
coaches see the people in the skybox, because it be coaches in the skybox too, looking down at the game, relaying shit in the headphones. All them see what he's doing, whether he caught a pass or not. And he was like, oh, nah, he could have fucked us up right here. He could have fucked us up right here. So then when he finally does fuck them up one time, he don't even got to score. He just catch a pass. He does fuck them up one time. That fucks up the offense because now the head coach, he's looking at his offensive coordinator like, okay, they scoring on our defense. We can't do nothing on defense. Now this offense got to be right. And then when the offense not right, that creates tension between all the coaches and the whole team.
So
bro.
you think one player could create tension through the whole
That's
team?
exactly. I just took the long way around to
All
say
right.
that.
So
bro.
then, why didn't the Patriots win? Why didn't the Steelers win the Super Bowl the last whatever years Antonio Brown was on their team?
He still drew attention.
That's
But why
all
didn't they
I-
win the Super Bowl then? If
They
he
didn't have
if he's creating that much confusion, why didn't they win the Super Bowl all whatever years?
He still
Because
helped the offense. The offense down some shit. So with him and Ball gone, like you can see the
Bell.
difference. Oh, Bell. You can see the difference between.
Bell was gone last year as well, and Connor stepped up. He had a great year.
But who was still there though?
Antonio Brown was there.
That's what I'm saying. But how they are now?
They also had Juju Smith, who had a great year.
I think he had a great year because of.
I think so too. But my whole argument is
So
the
you're
years, even the years when they had Bell and Brown. How many Super Bowls did they win?
But it's still the attention that they give.
How many Super Bowls did they win?
They don't bad about the Super Bowl.
How many Super Bowls did they win?
They win no Super Bowls.
0.
No, it's the difference between Michael Jordan killing you, and
That's
Steve
basketball's a
Kerr.
totally different position.
No,
Basketball's totally different because
player.
you can affect the whole 5 players on the game. You can affect that. But
Football the
as
same way, bruh.
no, it's not,
Yes.
bruh.
Bruh, the center on offense is the most important person on offense.
No, it's not.
Bruh, if he don't snap the ball correctly, if he fucks up his snap every time with the quarterback and the quarterback fumble or fuck up every time, everything is on the center. The center's the first person to touch the ball, bruh. He makes sure that shit is straight, bruh.
No, it's not the most important, bro. You can say that about any position on the field.
No,
you
you
can say
can't.
if the left tackle don't move.
Bruh, you can't start
let me
a play-
finish. Let me finish.
You can't start.
You
a
let me
play without
finish.
the center. You
Let
can't
me
start a play
finish.
without the center
Let me
touching
finish.
the ball, bruh.
You can say that about any position on the field because let's say the left tackle, if he don't move when you say hike, then the right whatever, like Davian Clowney or whatever, right end is going to get to the quarterback because he didn't move. So he's the most important position on the field. If the receiver don't catch the ball when the quarterback throw it, then the whole offense is messed up. So he's the most important position on the field. If the running back don't catch the ball when you hand it to him or whatever, if he don't carry the ball, then he's the most important position on the field. You can say that about any position on offense.
For everything you just named, what do you have to do before any of those people do what they did?
Bruh,
Do what they do. What do
you have to
do?
snap the ball. Yes, but that doesn't make him the most important position on the field.
It does, bruh.
Okay,
Because
who's the most important position on defense then?
I would say, and you going to look at me crazy because you looking at me crazy for the offense, John, too. I would say it's just the D-line period, bruh.
Why?
Because they're the ones creating pressure. If there's some of the best quarterbacks are the best quarterbacks because they have the best line, which means they have to have the best line because these defenses, their only task is to get after the person who touches the ball after the center.
Okay, so
the two most important people on the field, bro, the center and the quarterback, bro.
I'm gonna debunk
are
that.
the two most
I'm gonna
important
debunk
people.
that because name your top 5 quarterbacks.
In my opinion, or
Yeah.
is just
Yeah,
I like.
in your opinion and in factual.
Well, in factual, I don't really fuck with him, but he's the greatest number wise. Tom Brady, motherfucking, I fuck with Aaron Rodgers, motherfucking. Y'all gonna look at me crazy. I fuck with Vic, and that's my personal.
Currently,
bro, you keep changing up as I'm answering your question.
all right.
as
Name
you're
the
asking me question,
top
bro.
5 quarterbacks currently in the NFL right now.
So just factually, not my opinion.
Your opinion, both.
You can't
Both.
do both, bro. It can't
Why
be
not?
my opinion and factual.
You can
'cause-
do 1 and 2.
Let me do mine.
Son, what's
All
the
right.
opposite? What's the opposite of a fact? It's an opinion, right? The opposite.
Okay,
of an
so I'm
opinion is a
giving
fact.
you both.
But when I just did that, you said I can't.
No,
do
I
that.
said currently. That's all I said. All I said was currently. I didn't say
Okay, Tom Brady,
which
Aaron-
is
Aaron
this is
Rodgers.
currently or factual.
factual.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers, that's factual, and that's just my opinion. Now, factual Drew Brees, because he's still active. That's 3.
Yes, 2.
3, he said Tom Brady.
Tom Brady was 1.
Tom
Okay.
Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees.
Okay. So which list is this? Factual or opinion?
So, do you see what he's doing right now,
Both.
son?
I think it's both.
I'm just asking you a question.
But you asking me as I'm going, is this factual and opinion? So by the time I'm like, after I say what it is, I say,
Then I'll ask you the other one.
okay, I'm gonna run this back. First, I said Tom Brady.
Factual or-
Mm-hmm.
He said he asked me that question. I said that's just factual.
All right, factual.
And then I said Aaron Rodgers. That's a fact, and that's my
Bro,
opinion.
I don't want to hear and this. Just give me your factual top 5. Just
so
it.
take
That's
my
it.
opinion out of it.
Yes.
Right now. Yeah.
That's what I've been asking. you.
Okay, go ahead.
Motherfucking Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees. These last 2 is tough. I was gonna say Matt Ryan, but that nigga garbage. I don't know, son. I don't know about.
All right. Well,
last
who are
2,
you,
so
who's your opinion then?
now? I fuck with Mahomes just because he new. I don't know if I'm gonna fuck with him forever, but right now I fuck with him because that nigga.
You don't gotta give me
Throwing
your.
that bitch.
You don't gotta give me the.
But son, we doing a
just tell me.
podcast, so I want to tell the people,
All right. Go ahead.
motherfucking Mahomes, and so I don't have a 5th person, bro, that I like at the quarterback position.
All right. So the reason why I asked you that is because you said the line is most important, right? And you said that makes the best quarterback, right?
No, I never said that makes the best quarterback.
That's not what you said?
I said the quarterback and the line are the two most important people on the field. I mean, and
You said the center.
The center is the most important person, but if you
But
had
you
to
said
do
the
a
center
top,
makes a quarterback, right? That's not what you said?
no, bruh.
Okay, what did you say?
Without the center, the quarterback can't do what he does. But then the quarterback is the person that makes sure everybody else get the ball, which is why he's the second most important person. So if you make sure everybody else gets the ball, and you're the most important, the person that makes sure they get you the ball, they're really the most important person on the field.
So who's the most
bro.
important person in the field then?
So I said it 100 times, bro.
But then you just said the quarterback. You said the person that makes sure you get the ball. They're really the most
I
important.
said that to make my point, bro. You're
No,
saying
I'm just asking who's the most important.
the most important is the center because for everything that you said, why anybody can be labeled the most important person is because in order for them to do anything, other than the center, in order for anybody else to do anything, the ball has to go through somebody's hand. If you're a running back, the quarterback got to touch the ball first. But who touched the ball before the quarterback touch it? If the center fuck up the snap, then it's going to fuck off the quarterback's handoff to the running back. If the center fucks up the shotgun snap or, you know what I'm saying, under center snap,
Right,
that's
so
going to fuck up his timing with the receiver. So
it
depends on
you're
the
saying
center,
the center
bro.
is the most important because he snaps the ball.
Yes, bro. That's what I said from the very beginning, bro.
I still don't think that's true.
Because without snapping the ball, you don't have a play, bro.
That's true, but that doesn't mean the center is the most important person on the. I think the most important person on the offense is the quarterback.
This just reminded me of the conversation we had not too long ago. This is the same thing as us saying, like I said, the player is the most important person on the team or makes the team, and y'all said the team makes the player. This is that same conversation, just in a different way.
Yeah,
Cause it's like, son, without him snapping that ball, bro, you don't have football, bro. You don't have no play. And if he fucks up his snap, that fucks up the whole entire play. Nobody can do nothing if the center fucks up.
the center is still not the most important person.
I mean,
To me, the quarterback is most important because I can go out there and snap the ball. Anybody can snap the ball.
you can't though,
Yes,
bro.
I can.
Because then you got these 300-pound men on the other side.
Now you bring it in another aspect. All you said was snapping the ball. I can do that.
But it's the NFL. You trying to micro.
And you micromanaging this too. You
I'm
bringing
not
it down to
micro-
the most micro position where you literally snap the ball. You said that's the most important part. You didn't say nothing
That's
about
why
blocking.
it's
All you
important,
said was
bruh.
snapping the ball. You
But
said
is
nothing
it-
about
but-
blocking. You
Son,
said nothing about blocking.
Son, you want to know why I did?
Why?
Because you asked me who was the most important person
No,
on
you
defense.
said that. I didn't ask you. Yeah, on defense, yeah. On defense, yeah.
You asked me who the most important person was on defense, and I said the line. And you said why? Because they have to get to the quarterback, which means they have to go through. That means that whoever's blocking for the quarterback has to have a good line. And on a line, there's a center, which is the most important. Everything you're saying, I didn't say, bro. I said that, bro.
First of all, I think the
I
left
said
tackle
that,
is
bruh.
more important than the center because that's the correct blind side. So,
But in order for his blind
see,
side,
you're bringing it down
be
to the most the most minuscule point of it, the snapping the ball, right?
son.
And I'm saying anybody can snap a ball.
And anybody can catch a ball. Anybody can throw a ball.
That's
You
not
can
true.
pick up a football.
Nobody
right
can
now.
throw a ball.
Bruh,
Can you throw a
pick
football?
Up a football right now.
Yeah,
and
you can
it
throw a
to me.
football. I will bring a football out right now and tell you to throw the ball. You can't throw a football, bro. Your form is
So-
terrible.
No. Since he said anybody can throw a football.
No, I didn't say that. I said anybody can snap it.
No, but
Anybody
then
can throw the football.
okay, and that's
not
what I'm saying.
true.
You said anybody can snap it. I don't have to be good at it, but I can do it. Anybody can throw a football. You don't have to be good at
You do have to be
at
good
it, but
to
you
throw
can
a football.
Bruh,
You don't gotta
I
be good
can-
at snapping
I can
it.
take a football right now
Throw it.
and move my arm in this motion,
And
and
it'd be
it don't do
terrible.
nothing but go right there. That's still a throw, bruh.
But it's not.
You
okay.
still can throw a football, bruh.
right, but-
Anybody can catch.
Anybody can snap
Anybody
a football.
can snap.
Anybody can throw a football.
Exactly.
Everybody can't throw a football well. Anybody can snap a football to get
Everybody
it to
can
the.
snap a football.
Anybody
well.
can snap
Son,
a
you
football to
think
get
you
it
can
to the
snap-
quarterback.
You think
Absolutely,
Son.
I can snap a football and
I
get
don't
it to the
think so,
quarterback.
bruh.
Anybody can throw a
This is
football.
you having this conversation with me, and I know my junk was at a high school level and shit. But son, you played football, son, like when you was young, but you didn't play it and was actually understand what was going on, bro. That shit is not easy.
If
to
it's
snap
7
the football, bro.
If it's 7-0, I can snap a football and get into the quarterback with no problem.
No, bro.
Yes, I can.
Son, you can't, bro.
NFL level.
It don't matter what level it is. I can snap the ball and get it to the quarterback, bro. I don't care what level it is. But let me. I don't. You don't have to be a certain weight to snap a football, bro. It don't matter how. It don't matter how big you are. You can snap a football, bro. It don't matter how big you are. Anybody can snap a football. But when you throwing it 7-0, if you can't throw, it's not gonna get to the receiver. It doesn't matter how tall, how. If you playing 7-0 and you can't throw, it's not gonna get to the receiver.
If you doing that, if somebody run into the flats, or even if you in the
deep
shotgun,
pass, no matter
and
what kind of
somebody,
position.
if you in the shotgun and you got somebody who playing the running back standing next to you, and they just take 2 steps away from you, and you give the ball off to them, you threw the ball, bruh.
That's
Anybody
easy.
can
But
do
I'm talking
that,
about
bruh.
I'm talking about throwing a deep route. I'm talking about throwing a flat. I'm talking about a post, whatever.
And
Like
you talking about snapping the ball.
And
son,
how many different ways can you snap a ball?
So you can long snap.
No,
You think?
First of all, who protects?
that's a long snapper and a center are 2 different positions though.
But it's snapping the ball though. You say
Those 2
anybody
different
can-
positions.
but
Those
you
are
say
2
anybody
different
can snap
positions.
a ball, though,
Those
bruh.
are 2 different positions.
It's a type of.
You
snapping.
said center. You didn't say nothing about a long snapper. All you said was center.
Okay. Forget the you.
No, don't forget it. All you said was center. It's the most important
Dave,
position.
Dave, has his whole point not been this whole time? Anybody can
Snap
the
a
ball.
ball as
And
a
then-
center.
And then what did he? No, he didn't. You wasn't saying that.
I'm arguing from a center
But listen,
perspective
but
because that's
listen,
all you were
but you-
arguing from, a
listen,
center perspective.
Listen, bruh. Listen. You saying this whole time, anybody can snap a ball.
From
I'm
a
saying
center
anybody-
perspective.
You was not saying that, bruh.
What position were you arguing from? A long snapper or a center? What did you say the most important position
A
was?
center.
So that's the position I'm going from. What you said, center.
Anybody can still throw a football.
Exactly.
bruh.
A running back can throw the football during the game. A receiver can throw the football during the game. Anybody
But
can throw a football. It's just not quarterbacks
But not-
who can throw a football.
But not
bruh.
any. They're not going to let any running back throw the ball.
But will they let a running back throw the ball?
Not any running back.
Will they? Yes or no?
Can a
Don't
running
nothing
back
else.
throw
Just
a
yes or no.
ball?
If they can,
Will-
yes.
Yeah.
So they will. It will happen, right?
If they can, yes.
And that running back is not a quarterback, right?
Right.
Which means only quarterbacks can't throw the ball, right?
No.
I'm done. We can move to the next topic because we've been on this joint for a break. Because there's no way, like you. I feel like
Neither
it'll
one of
bother
us is
me
going to give
hard,
up, bro. Neither one of us is going to give up.
Son, it's not even about giving up, bro. It's just the fact that anybody can throw the ball just like anybody can snap the ball. And you said, how many ways can you snap the ball? I gave you one. Then you tried to say I was just talking about long snappers. You said, how many ways can you snap a football? I said, it's the center, which what we was talking about. And then a long snapper, that's another way. I was answering your question. A long snap is another way to snap the ball. And it's still a snap. Like you still doing that, bruh.
But all
It's
I'm
the
arguing
same
from the
thing,
center is from the position that you mentioned. And
It's
that's
still the same. It's the same.
It's not the same thing.
Son. No, I'm saying my point is the same. The
different
center
things to me.
is son, because nobody can do nothing without the center. Now, once the shit is going, because okay, if the quarterback is the most important person, do you think the quarterback could survive without a center? Like, no, not without a center. Do you think if the quarterback is the most important person, nobody else is more important than the quarterback? Do you think the quarterback could do what he do if there was still a defense and there was no line in front of him?
No.
So how is he the most important person?
Because
being the most important means that.
All right. Well, okay. Let me ask you this: who gets paid the most?
Quarterback.
Why?
Because they start the offense. I mean, they don't start the offense, but they pass the ball to everybody else.
Okay, but receivers catch the ball. Why don't they get paid? Why don't they get paid as much as quarterbacks?
Receivers, because you need the quarterback.
And why don't centers get paid as much as quarterbacks? They snap the ball to the quarterback. Why don't they get paid as much?
I feel like they do, though.
They don't. You can look it up.
I feel like they get some money.
Look it up, Dave. We don't gotta argue about it.
Still important.
But who gets paid the most?
Quarterback.
Okay.
So money means who's more important.
Yes.
now.
Absolutely.
So that's the point. Okay.
No, I'm not. That's not the point I'm making. I'm just. That's another.
That is, bro.
Okay, well, that's another point I can make. The most important position gets paid the most
That's
money.
That's not true,
That's
bro.
why, what's the most important?
Who's better, Ben Roethlisberger or Antonio Brown?
Antonio Brown right now.
Who gets paid more?
I don't know.
Ben Roethlisberger does.
Nah.
Who did they cut? Who was in the argument? Antonio Brown and Ben Roethlisberger. They were both arguing, right? Let me finish. They were both arguing. You got to decide. All right, look. These niggas, they both arguing. Ben Roethlisberger called him out to the media, blah, 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 blah. We got to decide who we going to keep. We can get another receiver in the draft, or we can pick up another one, blah, blah, blah. You can't just pick up another quarterback.
All right.
So I'm a stick with the quarterback and get another receiver.
Here's my this is going to be my last point about this. Without a center, the game wouldn't move, and without a quarterback, you can still play the game of football because there's a such thing as the wildcat where there doesn't have to be a quarterback, but just as long as the ball is being snapped, the play can go on. That's just literally my last point, bro. You don't need a quarterback to play a football game.
Bro.
You need a
bro,
center
okay,
to play
well
a football game.
let me make this argument though. How many rings does Tom Brady have?
What is it, 6?
6. Okay. You can't name too many receivers that he's had on this team when he's won those Super Bowls, right?
But he always had a good line because he never get hit. But go ahead.
But he doesn't have the best line in the offense in the NFL.
At this very moment, but he has for a long time. But go ahead.
That's not true. Because Dallas has had the best line for a while, and they're not winning no Super Bowls. The line is important, but the quarterback is more important. Like, you can snap the ball. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's important. I snap the ball to the quarterback. But if you snapping the ball to freaking Brad Johnson, or he did win a Super Bowl, Jalen Ramsey or Byron Leftwich or something, you're not winning no Super Bowl, bro. It's about the quarterback at the end of the day. The quarterback is way more important. Name 5 centers in the NFL that you know all time? Because they're so important. Name 5.
I couldn't even.
You couldn't
I
because.
but I couldn't name 5 quarterbacks either.
Yes, you could. All time. You could name 5 quarterbacks
4.
all time.
I named 4.
You could name 5 quarterbacks all time. From 100 years, you can name 5 quarterbacks. How many could you name in 100 years for centers? You can't name 1.
I can't name that one.
No, exactly. Bruh. You can't.
But that doesn't take away from how important they are, because at the end of the day, like you said, you don't need a center to play football. You need a quarterback.
So they more important
No,
when you just
don't
move them out.
need a quarterback to play football.
Yes,
you
you
need
do.
a center to play football, bro.
Bruh, when you play flag football, what do you need? You need a center?
Yeah, because somebody
You
gets on one
don't.
knee.
No, you don't.
So,
If you
somebody
play-
don't get on
if
one
you
knee
was-
and throw the and
Bruh,
throw the
If
ball
you was
back.
playing
bro.
on it, all right, so if you just playing a pickup on the streets or whatever like
You
that,
need a center?
you don't play center most of the time.
No,
Most of the time, the dude, he got it, and then you rush him.
Yeah, bro.
You don't even need no center. You just rush him.
No, not at all.
You could play a game of football without the
Without
center.
a center, bro.
You can play the game of football without the center. But in the NFL, I mean, the quarterback is the most important, but then the center, like you said, starts everything and everything like that.
But you said the quarterback's the most important, and that was my point. Thank you, Dave.
I mean,
We
so I
moving
still
on?
don't agree, bro.
That's
but
fine.
it's
We
just-
can move on, though. If you want to still make another argument, go ahead.
No, I don't, bro. Because I said what I had to say, bro. At this point, I feel like I've been repeating myself for like 20 minutes, bro. So it ain't even no point in saying nothing.
All right. Moving on. I want to move on to this man, Dave. Because you on Instagram, you've been real foul. And I never
you have
called
been
you out
nasty.
on this, bruh.
You have been nasty.
But you be real nasty on the gram, bruh.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about this, yo. Nah, because you be saying some wild stuff, bruh. Like, I don't know, with your poems or something. It's just, it has to be addressed. It has to be addressed, bro. You call yourself the love doctor. What be going on, bro? Like, what? And what's your Instagram name?
I'm not saying my Instagram name.
I'm gonna look it up.
No, you ain't got to do all that.
No, it's not a problem. It's not a problem, bro. It's not a problem.
But let me adjust it.
I'm gonna just look up your name real quick.
No, you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all that.
You're just a nasty guy.
So listen.
All right, his Instagram name, if people want to look him up, is King D as in dog, L as in lion, W as in window, 11.
6'9".
So King DLW 11.
6'9".
And you could just click on his picture, and it shows what he's posting out here, because it's nasty. So everybody needs to know what he be putting on out here. So it's real nasty. I would encourage you to read it though. But go ahead. Why do you post these things? I'm just asking for a friend.
All right. So I'll post these things for myself. All right, I don't know who read it, or I really don't care who read it or not. I don't think nobody read the shit that I put. But at that moment, if I'm feeling some kind of way or whatever like that, it could just be for 5 seconds. I'll write it, put it, and don't go back to it. That's it. I'll put a sentence that I'm feeling at a moment.
So I witnessed
A
like
sentence
paragraphs a couple of times.
It's a paragraph. All right, say if it's one little screen or whatever like that. That's like 3 sentences. It look long, but just think about you writing a sentence on Instagram or some shit like that. So I might put 2 slides, 3 slides. That's like, I'm not putting like no full blown paragraphs on each one. It could be like a word on one joint, or maybe a paragraph on one joint, but it don't even be a paragraph. It just be like 2-3 sentences. That's it, and just look long and shit.
I mean, so I feel all that.
It don't take from the fact that it'd be nasty, bro.
I'm a nasty nigga. I'm a nasty nigga. I be thinking some wild shit, though. I do.
Son,
I be thinking some wild shit.
The pictures kill me.
The pictures?
Yeah, them the jokes that kill me, Dave.
Posting pictures
Nah, the jokes be like black backgrounds for me.
But son, nah, all right, it's just one thing, son. Like, don't hate me, son. It was just one thing. I told you about this. It was just still hilarious, though. I just remember one day I clicked on this man's story, son. And sometimes I be reading, I give him that. Like, I read what I was like, oh, that was some real shit. And I'm just reading shit. I'm clicking. And I just see, like, I just hear the music playing, son. He just in the bathroom type shit. And I hear the music.
God.
I hear the music playing.
He get real nasty in the bathroom,
ain't no words
bro.
coming out his mouth, son. So, like, he lip syncing the jump, son. I was like, hey, son, you a sick nasty,
right? Why you be in the bathroom? No words, just be lip syncing, though.
Bro, I be in my own mood.
Yeah, but that's yours. Just keep it to yourself. Why you can't keep that to yourself?
Y'all be doing some wild.
What we be doing wild, bro? No. All right, go ahead. All right,
so I'm gonna start out with this man D-Mac first. This man D-Mac, when he get a fresh haircut and everything like that, y'all gotta pay attention to the eyebrows. Y'all see the eyebrows?
When have you seen me put a picture up with a fresh haircut?
I don't post a lot of pictures, but then when you do post a picture, it's a fresh haircut or it's somewhere that he's at and he like, it's all about the background scenery. First of all,
the background is important.
No.
That
it's
is
all about the
nasty.
background scenery.
Son.
And everything. I was gonna get to this man Terrence though. Hold on. Wait. We ain't done. So this man Terrence, first of all, his shoes be flying shit and everything like that. But I seen your post one time, and you had the shirt all the way unbuttoned.
Thank you.
All the way unbuttoned.
Let's talk about it.
Chest showing.
Let's talk about
everything. I don't want to hear not one word.
The man had the chest all the way out. It was nasty. It's a bird chest. He didn't do no push-ups before he took the picture. Like, he just like, this is what it is, and I'm only button it up to the second button, bro. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
But son, I don't get the haircut and then button my shirt down, son. That's sick.
No. When have you ever seen me get it? No.
He opened the shirt.
No.
Son, yes, bro.
When have you seen me post a picture after I got a haircut and then just let it out? Let's let it open for everybody to see.
This how you know D-Mac in the bag. He'll post a picture of the haircut, whatever, or the scenery. If he on the wall with the leg posted,
son,
he posted.
Nasty.
Check my Instagram right now. How many times will I have my leg posted up on something, resting on the wall?
Just think about the background on the wall and a good.
Son, you a sick man because son, you tell somebody to take a picture then look away from the camera. Son.
I don't look away. It just so happened to be like that. I just so happened to be looking away at that time. It was like, I didn't even know you was doing that.
Nah.
Damn, you took a picture of me? Oh, bet. I'll just go ahead and post it. I didn't know you was taking that picture.
The look away be so smooth. I can't do the look away in the picture. I'm awkward.
Dave like to put his 4 fingers in his hand.
Yeah, that thumb out. Your thumb out is nasty, Dave.
Nasty, bro.
Your thumb out.
You like to keep the thumb out your pocket. You like to put the 4 fingers in.
Yeah, son.
Nah, that's your move. That's your go-to. That's your go-to.
Then it be both hands in the pockets.
Just disgusting. Like, what I'm gonna hit him with today? I'm gonna keep the thumbs out. Like, just nasty, bro. You looking for my pictures right now?
So
What you looking at? What you looking at? What you looking at?
Jokes, was you telling so all your jokes low key be off guard, but they not really off.
They be off guard, bro. They be off guard.
No, they not.
Am I looking at?
Son,
Am I looking at the
Off
camera?
guard picture, son.
Am I looking at the camera?
That's nasty.
Am I looking at the camera?
That's nasty, bro. This is really the nastiest picture.
Am I looking at the camera?
That's the whole point, son. This is the nastiest picture right here. Because you knew that picture was being taken.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Was being
See, he's
taken,
hating
bro.
because he don't got no gains. That's
Son.
all that is. That's all that
Gains
is.
for what, nigga?
Gains. He don't got the gains. That's all it is. Because he been the same size since college. He was big at one point, and then he lost the weight, and so now.
I mean, I had the gains
For a little while,
Listen.
and then you
That's all
lost
that,
it.
That's all that matters.
You stopped playing football, and you was like, it's all right now.
At
Yeah.
At the end of the day, do we post pictures for our niggas, or do we post pictures for like your girl or somebody that you like or some shit like that?
If it's for my girl, I'm sending it straight to her.
Yeah, I post it on Instagram really just because I want to post that shit. I really don't. Like as far
I
as
feel like
a
I
picture
look
and
fly, you know? Like I feel like I look good. So let everybody see it.
shit, yeah, I don't really do it to. You
It's
know
not for
what I'm
one
saying?
person. If it's for one person, I'm gonna send it to that one
Yeah.
person.
And it's
What y'all post the
usually
picture for, though? You
Because I think I look good.
yeah.
You ain't gonna put something on there that you think you look trash.
True.
So yeah.
They-
It's all for a reason and shit like that.
It's all for a reason. And I got a question for you. Why you be taking selfies in other niggas' phones or women's phone, whoever's phones? You just steal their phone, you start taking selfies in it. Then I look at my phone like, bro, what is this man doing? Why do I have 10 pictures of Dave cheesing in my phone for?
All right, so I really do got a problem, especially if we at a party or some shit like that. Especially, all right, so it all comes from the hate of iPhones. It's so easy to get to y'all the cameras and shit like that. So every time I see an iPhone laying around and everything like that, just know a selfie is coming, especially for me.
It don't even matter if it's an iPhone. It's just like family pictures and stuff. Cause I seen you about to take pictures of me as a child. Like I caught you pick up a picture when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Man,
You
trying
about-
to get some ammo.
yeah. I'm like, Dave, what are you doing? He just started laughing and put it back. Like, what you doing, bro? You in my house right now?
Try to get that ammo.
He posted me one time, yo. He posted me. He went in my house and posted a baby picture of me and everything like that. So I just want to get back.
It's not my fault you didn't catch me though.
No.
You can't be doing that. And if I did, it was probably on Snapchat or something.
I definitely got that picture right there. One of them joints over there.
So what are you doing, bro? Like for what? For what?
Keep that as this rainy day fun.
It's not a rainy day fund. You know, use some money for a rainy day
Birthday
fund.
picture,
rainy
you gonna
day.
be lit, man. I'm trying to tell you.
What's gonna be lit?
Your birthday pictures.
All right, you nasty for that, Dave. I'm sorry.
Why does he keep that in the tuck for the birthday? What album you put that in? D-Mac birthday. That's weird, bro. That's nasty.
Like, oh, I got a picture.
Nah, he got a folder in his phone for D-Mac birthday. That's nasty.
That's a perfect picture.
Nah, that's
Like, yo,
weird,
happy
bro.
birthday.
That's weird. Don't post it. I don't even post nothing for my birthday, so you don't gotta do it either.
I'm posting
You can send it to me. You can send it to me.
Son,
Storyline.
Nobody knows when my birthday is, bro. Like I don't post nothing. I don't be like, yo, it's my birthday. I'm like, nah,
Happy birthday, bro. And
Nah.
It's gonna be like that.
you don't have to do that.
I say do it, man.
You don't have to do that, bro.
It's a good look. It's a good look.
That's all right. I got some pictures of Terrence I can send you. You can post it with his next year.
One of the
You ain't got no
funniest
pictures of
I've
me.
seen of you-
I got pictures. I got pictures of you.
One of the funniest pictures I seen of D-Mac, I think Shannon got it. He was off guard, but like he was looking at something.
Supposedly.
It was at a graduation or some shit.
I'm sorry.
You remember the joint? Shannon, if you got the picture, please send me the picture. She definitely got it. It was at a graduation, and you just randomly, you just in the in the background, and you was looking at something.
I don't remember that. I know I got one of her. She was looking wild on the basketball court. She looked like somebody's mother or something.
Wow,
All right, I got a question for y'all.
That's what I was about to say. Are you making this segue?
Question. It's a would you rather question. I already know what Dave gonna say. But would you rather always be 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early to everything? Both of y'all answer.
Son, that's not easy.
Let me go first while you go. All right,
Yeah.
so me personally depends on what it is.
But it's to everything. That's what it is. So everything. That's what made me think.
If it's everything, I gotta go half and half.
You can't go. It's would you rather do one or the other? So you gotta go. That's what I'm saying. That shit not easy, bro. Do you want to sit there and wait for 20 minutes every time, or do you want to come 10 minutes late and possibly miss the most important part of whatever within the first 5 minutes? That shit happened within the first 5 minutes. That's where my dilemma at in my mind and shit. Which would you rather do? I don't want to sit nowhere for 20 minutes before I gotta actually do what I'm supposed to do. But then I don't want to miss some shit.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I don't mean to be late and stuff like that. It just happens. It comes out like that and everything like that. But I feel like I'd rather be early. This or that. I'd rather be early.
So, what was it? It was 20 minutes early?
Yeah, or 10 minutes late.
I'd rather be early.
What about you, Terrence? 20 minutes early, 10 minutes late.
I think I'd say early too, because I wouldn't want to miss shit. If you early, you still wouldn't miss nothing because you there already. So
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Dave was gonna say late because he's always late for stuff.
I don't mean to be late though.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I don't.
Yes, you
mean
do.
to be late.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
But yeah, I would want to be 20 minutes early because for me, when I show up early to stuff, that means I can leave early, especially with stuff that I don't want to be at. Like I'm there. Oh damn, y'all just got here. I'm about to roll out. Like I was already here, and I could just roll out. So that's why I would want to be early. And then you don't want to be late to your wedding and stuff like that, you know. So
So for certain parties and stuff like that, why you come late to it?
well, that's the thing. Back in my younger days, I want to be late to the party or whatever, show up late. But now, I'm not trying to be at a party, so I come early. You know, say hi to everybody, show face or whatever, and then roll out.
See, I'm the type of dude that come late, and then if I don't want to be there, show my face and then leave. I ain't gonna lie to you. It can be like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If I ain't feeling it, I'm out.
I mean, I don't know, bro. Either way, I don't care, son. Just as long as shit be popping wherever motherfucking I'm at, I'll be cool. Whether I come early or late. But I don't really like going to parties. And it don't even have to be a party, bro. The only thing I enjoy going to early is like happy hour. If it's anything like if we linking with people, it don't even gotta be a party. If we linking with people, like I'll link with y'all early, but then like when the move is actually like, bro, I don't want to be at the move early, no matter what it is. I'll fuck with y'all before the jump, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to be like, oh yeah, this is what we doing for the night. I don't want to be there early. Like I'd rather show up later on, you know what I'm saying? Whether I decide to leave right back out or just stay there and chill the whole time. It's just I'd rather be late for shit like that. But everything else, 20 minutes. I get to work 20 minutes early. And that's the longest 20 minutes of my life because it only take me 5 minutes to smoke a cigarette. So I got 15 minutes where I'm just standing right there.
I tell the kids, do as I say and don't do as I do. And I say that because I'll tell them to be on time and stuff like that. But me personally, I don't be on time. So I always say, do as I say, but don't do as I do. I feel like it's a good lesson.
No bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be like me if I'm telling you to do better. That's how I feel. So you want to follow me and stuff like that, but if I'm telling you what I'm doing is wrong, then that's your choice after that. If I told you it's wrong and stuff like that and you still continue to do it, that's on you. But at least I told you as a leader and everything like that to tell you, oh, this is not right. If I do some shit and it is right, then I'm telling you it's good. But I can be like, I can sell you hopes and dreams and shit like that. I ain't that type of person and shit. If I tell you to do as I say, don't do as I do, that's different. I can tell you not drink, but I'm gonna have a cup. I ain't gonna lie.
You're gonna have a couple, like fucking. But yeah, man, what else you got for us over there? What you need deep in something. What's going on? What's
No. First of all, I'm always the one that brings the topics to this podcast. You know, Terrence needs to start carrying his own weight.
I mean, I carry my weight. I make sure the podcast gets up and it do all that good shit.
I'm just saying. I think Terrence needs to start carrying his own weight, bringing some topics to the podcast.
I mean, I thought I was bringing my own weight, but hey,
I'm just joking.
I know.
But let me see.
So I'm just smacked, son. I don't even know if I'm still smacked right now, or I just feel. I don't know. I feel like you hear it in my voice too.
All right. So, random fact of the day is that birds do not pee.
I want to say like. I don't know. Is that true? Like, like how? Okay, so you drink liquid. Well, I guess it could come out. The pee can also come out through when they be shitting on people's cars and stuff like that. It can also come out.
Can it be wet first, and then it get hard?
See, you a wild nigga, Dave.
It do get wet.
It do, but that was just funny. Motherfucking, yeah, bruh. Damn, that fact just kind of stumped me because I never even thought about that, and now I'm really thinking about that shit in my mind. Like
they don't have a urethra.
So how the fuck do birds
They just poop.
like
they just
procreate?
be wet poop, bro.
Like
how they have sex?
Yeah, like how they?
They just be wet poop. They don't pee though.
I don't know. I have a question for y'all. Have y'all ever seen a baby pigeon?
A baby picture?
A baby pigeon. Think about it. Every time you see a pigeon, it's grown.
Cool.
The crazy joints and everything like that. The ones when you walk up to it and they look at you like, I wish you would. They be grown. Think about a baby pigeon. What do a baby pigeon look like?
I got baby pictures.
What do it look like?
Son, there's one right here.
Oh my God. Not a person,
Son, I was a baby then. Son, I got all my baby pictures, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's
No, baby pigeon.
Oh, pigeons.
Yes. Pigeon. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
Never in my life.
That's what I'm saying.
But how do you know what a?
That's what I'm saying. I never seen one, so I don't even know what a baby pigeon. We know what a baby lion look like, baby elephant, baby deer,
But
a baby cow, fish, but they small, frogs. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what a baby pigeon look like, but we had pictures.
But what if you see a pigeon that's like small, but it's not like?
Do you see a small pigeon though? I never seen a small pigeon.
I've seen some pigeons that are smaller than other pigeons.
Yes, but have you?
What
ever
if
seen
those
like
are
a
the baby
pigeon? A baby pigeon had to be smaller than this.
I haven't, bro.
I never seen a baby pigeon. I don't know if it's a truth, if it's a myth. But what about you, D-Mac?
I have never seen a baby pigeon in my life. I can't think of a time where I have. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen like sparrows and stuff like that, but never a pigeon. I don't even know where they be like laying their eggs and stuff at, like where their nest be at. I feel like they just pop up.
They robots.
Like,
They low key with everything.
first of all, they're not native to here. Like, they're not from here.
Where are they from?
I think it's like wherever, like Europe or something like that.
They travel here.
Yeah, we can look it up. But yeah, I've never seen a baby pigeon ever in my life, and I'm scared of pigeons because they don't move away when I walk towards them.
Yeah, they can't. They gotta.
Yeah, bro. They just used to humans. It's just like they just keep walking or whatever. I don't rock with pigeons at all. Actually, they scare me, to be honest. You looking it up, Terrence?
Yeah.
Where are they from?
It's not telling me off Bucks. It's just saying the pigeon was originally bred from the wild rock dove, which naturally inhabits sea cliffs and mountains. It's not telling me no place. And then it say they were first spotted in America in the 1600s. Well, introduced into North America in the early 1600s. But that's
really
like
say
they
what.
not giving me no, which is kind of spooky a little bit. That's what my conspiracy.
Oh,
Shit.
the conspiracy is starting to.
Cause son, why can't they give me a solid place of where these
You know
jumps
how
is
the
from?
spidey senses start tingling? The conspiracy senses or
Like they
senses are
came
tingling.
from naturally inhabit sea cliffs and mountains, but where? What mountains? What sea cliffs? Where were they?
I don't know.
This is
You know how Caucasian people got their name?
from the Caucasus Mountains,
The Caucasus Mountains. Isn't that in like Russia or something?
something like that.
I just figured out that like you got to go west to go to like Asia and stuff like that, or Africa or something. I always thought you had to go like out of like past Florida and stuff like that, but you got to go to California and then out that way.
I
The
wonder
map-
why.
The map would be tripping me
Nah,
out,
that shit is not real.
It's weird.
I looked up some images of baby pigeons.
I'm terrible at geography though, so I don't know.
These ones look like ducks.
But let me see. I never seen a baby pigeon. That's interesting. What it look like?
They kind of look like ducks.
Them Jones ugly. Ew. Ugh. That pigeons just ugly their whole life. That's crazy.
I wonder where they come from though.
I think Europe, because them Jones be out there, but I don't know for sure.
Just like
Ugh.
come from Europe, come to America, take over the streets. That sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar.
But yeah.
Anyways, should we wrap it up?
I
You
mean,
got anything else you want to talk about?
we are hour 2 in. I just want to say, man, it's good to be back. I mean, we've been back from the last jump, but back and better than ever is probably what I should have said.
All right. Well, it's good to have Dave here with us. You know, maybe you could become a regular Dave. You know, you want to be the third member of the podcast.
We're gonna have to talk about your contract though.
Yeah, we gotta speak about the contract, and you gotta
Yeah.
stop posting this wild stuff on Instagram.
We're gonna have to write some.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the contract. Like, don't post nothing wild about eating the pussy or nothing like that, bro. Just
Son, and you do some of the most disgusting memes too.
all them jokes.
I'm
be
sorry,
nasty.
this is the last one. Like he do the jokes where it be like a cartoon picture, Buddy be rock hard, the cartoon picture, and she just have a big ass mouth. He slobbing and John be like,
Nasty,
he just types of
bruh.
shit, be like mood, but then it be the Android emoji by the mood
nasty.
joke. Like it's like the little smirk joke. Dave,
Nasty.
son, you do, son. Dave, I've seen at least 4 of them jokes.
Just nasty,
on
bro.
your story, bro.
He's a very nasty man. He's nasty, bro.
That should be funny though.
So hopefully one day he'll stop it. It won't be next week though. We'll see. Anyways, this has been another episode of the Black&Mild podcast, formerly known as the Up for Debate podcast. I'm your host, Darius Mack, aka D-Mac, aka Finesse, aka Big Pharma, aka Playlist P, aka This is your boy Terrence over here, aka Conscious, and this is Dave, aka The Love Doctor, aka Davey Wavy. We are out, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Climbing over that wall. I remember, yes, I remember it all. Swear the hype is too tall. So like September, I fall down below. Now I know that the medicine be on call. Yeah. Was feeling like you hot enough to melt. Yeah. Can't trust no one, can't even trust yourself. Yeah. And I love you, I don't love nobody else. Yeah. Tell them they can take that bullshit elsewhere. self-care. I'm treating me right. Yeah. Hell yeah. We gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. I switched the time zone, but what do I know? Spending nights hitchhiking, where will I go? I could fly home with my eyes closed, but it get kinda hard to see, there's no surprise though. And you can find me, I ain't hiding. I don't move my feet when I be gliding. I just slide in, and then I roll out. Yeah, I be reading them signs. I be losing my mind. Yeah, get the fuck out the way. Must be this how to play. It must be nice up above the lights and what a lovely life that I made. Yeah, I know that feeling like it's in my family tree. Yeah, that Mercedes drove me crazy. I was speeding. Somebody save me from myself. Yeah, tell them they can take that bullshit elsewhere. Self-care, we gonna be